This is a great way to start my spring break. 2 nights ago, we got a little bit of snow overnight into yesterday morning, probably an inch or two. Then by the time we went to the barn, we probably had another half-inch or so. And now we got another light dusting. This will probably be gone by the end of the day, and then tomorrow it's supposed to warm up to around 50 again, above 50 actually. And then after that, we've got highs over 55 for the whole forecast, I guess. We're planning on possibly grass seeding in the next 3 to 4 days maybe, which if you look at the ground you may say there's no way, but look up here, all the water dripping off. I'm gonna head in, see what's going on here this morning. Since last year, when a lot of the hay was short in the field, wasn't growing up very tall, that makes this hay very short, and it's nice hay. It's really nice. I think the cows like it a lot better when it's shorter like this, but it's a pain to pick up with the fork. It's hard to, it just falls right off, so but it peels off easy, which is nice. I'm heading over to the shed now to get some beans out of that green wagon right there. We get soybeans in these buckets here, bring them over back to the barn, and then run them through the hammer mill or grinder with the corn. So I think I mentioned this before. We had a 4-row 5100 corn planter here that I started to tear apart. The other day we pulled it out. I have a lot of metal pieces to clean up before we put something else here, but we got it out here where it's easier to work on. I got this frame right here. Got this part sold to a guy, plus a few other things. So we got where are they? I don't know where they went, but right here, these things, but this part right here that goes in meters of units. The next part to get off is this transmission box. We got it almost all the way off. I think we got one more nut left to take off. Then we can get this off. Then we got just a few more brackets to take off, those clutches on that down there. It won't take too much longer, but then once we get this out of here, then we got to pull a disc in, figure out what we need for that. We know what we need, but we need to measure a few things up and make sure we get what we need. And then soon we'll be pulling this excavator out. We got some jobs for that to do. We got this one field over to our red barn fields that I called, there's a certain spot in the field that I called the duck pond, because it was always sopping wet, and it was a pond with about 5 ducks and 20 geese last spring, so that's where that got its name. And then we're gonna pull the cedar out at some point too. I don't think there's anything on the front in this. Nope, there's nothing in this front box, but in the back box, there's a little bit of grass seed still. I think I need to get out, but yeah, this is our cedar. And then I mentioned that cull packer's up to the heifer barn with that's just sitting there. We can't move it. We can move it, but just not down the road. So we're gonna start up there to our heifer barn seeding. So that'll be nice. Hopefully get some things going this week. So I'll show you what we got left for beans. Here's all we got left. It won't last a heck of a lot longer because the sides aren't flat on the bottom. They slant down, so it's not as full as you may think. But they're doing good. They're nice. They're not too bad to feed. It's not that big of a pain in the butt, too, which is good. So my dad milked. I didn't help much. I was doing a few other things. I'm bringing the milkers in, shutting the milk house down. Then I'm gonna feed calves, and then see what we do from there. Just got done in the barn. I'm gonna come back here, pull this 4-wheeler back in the shed. Pulled it out the other day with this wagon on the back, and was gonna put it back in. Then it snowed. Then I was gonna do it before it snowed again, and then I still didn't do it. So I'm gonna do it now and put some gas in it. And then I gotta put some gas in the wood splitter too. There she goes. It's gonna be hard to do it one hand, but I'll make it work. But you can make it in here. There. That's a good spot for it. Now I gotta grab the gas can. Oh, here's that one piece I was talking about that we got off. It's not too hard, just a couple bolts. Take them off the U-bolts, or nuts. Take them off the U-bolts. And this 4-wheeler has been leaking gas. The guy thought the carburetor was leaking gas. We did, and he said there's a seal kit you can get for it. So we got that, and it's still leaking gas. So he thinks there's a crack in something in there. So he's gonna come back sometime and work on that. And the Ranger's still over there. We haven't done anything to that yet, but hopefully that's not too big of a fix. I hope. I really hope, because soon we're gonna be needing it to drive to the fields and pick up people and stuff. So the one guy that helps us boil sap had a huge cherry tree come down in his lawn. Not really, but we got a huge pile of wood here. That's really gonna make a big dent putting wood in that shed. And I found a decent sized ash when I was pulling taps one day. So that's nice. This and that one ash tree I found that we need to get out of the woods, that will pretty much fill the shed up. Won't take much more than that, but pull the wood splitter out a little later. Split it, throw it in here. We want to put a board right there on that wall before we split it, but man, it's windy out here, but it's nasty compared to what weather we had last week and the week before. But so I came up here to the shed. I'm gonna grab the impact. There's a stall, or a couple stalls down to the barn. They are I think they're the same kind as the ones we put in this year, but they're not the ones that we put in this year. They're in a different section of the barn. The bottom where they go into the concrete, I think it's loose right there, so I'm gonna see if I can fix it or not. So right now all the cows we're milking are above the alleyway, and here you can see the stall really moves around. But you look down here where these are, I can wiggle them right by hand, so I hope I don't need deep well sockets. Oh yeah. Yeah. I didn't think so. I said I didn't think so. Well, did end up working. I just had to push on it pretty hard. I think this one here is fine, but there's another one somewhere. That one's fine. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah, this one wiggles a little bit, but not like that last one did. Oh, come on. There. That's better. Now, well, this one wiggles a little bit too. All there is here is, well, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stalls are like this, and then they change a little bit. Change style. What the heck was that? Now I'm gonna change this light bulb here. I took the one LED that I had down there a little ways, replaced it with one of those garage lights. I didn't mention, I got a package yesterday. Someone sent me 2 more of those garage lights. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna replace this one with it. Or with this LED, regular LED light. And you may have noticed that conveyor making some loud noises. I just helped my dad figure out the one end is catching. We noticed a while ago, we figured out that we need to get a new end for the one conveyor, that blue conveyor, because it's getting really wore out. So We need to measure it once I get done putting this in.